So it's not every day that we get new hardware from Sonos, but today we have new hardware from Sonos. This is the Sonos Ray. It's their new entry-level soundbar, and I tell you, it's pretty good. It's better than okay. It's better than some, not as good as others. I'm Phil Nickinson, and before we get into the rest of the Sonos Ray, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe thing, click the bell. You know what you're doing, right? You're watching this. All right, you ready? Let's go. So here are the broad strokes on the Sonos Ray. It's $280, and that makes it the least expensive of the three Sonos soundbars available. That also includes the Beam and the Arc. And really what that means is it's still really good. It's just not quite as featurific as the others. So the Sonos Ray only has 4 speakers. It's got 2 mid-range and 2 tweeters, and it only connects with an optical cable, which Sonos has been kind enough to include, but there's no HDMI. And that means there are no fancy features like Dolby Atmos, right? You're stuck with what you got. Other big feature that's missing, there is no internal microphone, and that means no hands-free voice control. You're gonna have to use a remote like a peasant. But the Ray is still a Sonos product, and that means it's pretty sleek insofar as soundbars go. There's just not a lot here. You can have it in any color you want, so long as it's white and black, and it's got a grill. It looks like a soundbar. It looks like a soundbar. So the Ray has capacitive buttons up top for things like play, pause, or mute, or volume up and down. On the back, you've got power and Ethernet, and the optical connection is there too. Now, like every other Sonos speaker, you're gonna set it up inside the Sonos app on your phone or tablet. Super simple. They do a really good job walking you through it, and they do that better than just about anyone else out there. So the only tricky part here potentially is connecting your remote control to the whole thing. Now that's gonna vary depending on what sort of TV you have, whether your CEC control works. If you've ever done anything with a remote before, it can be a little wonky, but Sonos has good documentation to help you get through it, so good luck. And once everything is up and running, and again, it's just gonna take a couple minutes because Sonos is so good at that, you're gonna have sound that is much, much better than what comes out of your TV natively. I mean, after all, that's the point of all this, right? It's a soundbar connected to your TV. But that's also where things tend to get a little interesting with the Sonos discussion. So the Sonos Ray isn't in and of itself the best soundbar you can get for almost $300. It's just not. In fact, you don't have to spend that much more money to get a full 5.1 surround sound soundbar system with rear speakers and a subwoofer. And that's gonna be even better than the Ray is, even if you're still staying at the entry level. And if you're just thinking about this for music, well, you're gonna do better with a Sonos One speaker than you will with the Ray. It just sounds better than the Ray does. But here's where the Ray really stands out, right? It's a soundbar meant to be connected to a TV and also serve as just another Sonos speaker connected wirelessly to your whole Sonos family at home. In fact, if you're watching this, there's a pretty good chance you're already the owner of something from Sonos, right? And that begs the question, why even bother with the Sonos Ray? Well, it's just one more addition, one more option in the Sonos ecosystem. I might not want it to live here in my living room as the centerpiece of all things audio where people are gonna gather the most, but in a bedroom, in a spare room, or maybe even the kitchen if you have a TV in the kitchen, it's a really intriguing option. It's not inexpensive, almost $300, let's not forget that. But it serves as a soundbar for the TV to make the TV sound better. And say you're cooking or you're entertaining and you just want to have music going on, well, it does that too, and it does it pretty well. And just like the Beam and the Arc, because it's also just a normal wireless speaker, you can do some fun stuff. So you can have your audio coming from the TV, say you're watching a football game, but you want to be able to hear it in other rooms as you're entertaining guests and friends and stuff. Well, you can do that, and you don't even have to be able to see the TV. That's kind of cool. So again, don't overthink the Sonos Ray, right? It's a speaker, it's a soundbar. It's a soundbar speaker that does TV stuff and music stuff and audio stuff. It does it pretty well. It's not top line, but it's not supposed to be either. What it's gonna do is get you into that soundbar connected TV stuff on the ground floor without spending anywhere near as much money as you will on the high-end Sonos stuff. So really, it's just kind of a matter of knowing how you wanna use it, where you wanna use it, what room you wanna use it in, and then whether it makes sense for you. So that's it for the Sonos Ray. Again, be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff. Hit that notification bell so you see the next video from Digital Trends. Catch you next time.